Hello all. So we have come to our second topic of chapter 4. In this topic we will discuss about microfinance, then CHGs, then farmers clubs, and we will discuss these three mode of financial products in how they provide financial products in the rural areas, and we'll talk about it individually. So let's get started. So, the financial institutions which help in rural areas to the rural people, those are microfinancial institutions, then self-help groups, and then farmers clubs, uh, exclusively made for the farmers. Then now let's discuss about microfinance institutions. So microfinance institutions include many financial services, including saving, credit, insurance, and it has been realized with time that people who are like poor have require diversity in financial products, and specifically those who are accessing the uh, traditional or the formal financial institutions. So many people think that microfinance means to provide small loans and microcredit to families which are very poor, for helping them engage in productive activities. So it's not the case. Financial product microfinance is beyond just providing small loans. It means also savings and giving insurance, and also helping people uh, come into the mainstream of earning. So the clients of microfinance are the lower income people, and who do not have the access towards the formal financial institution. Then the people who are generally small farmers, and also the others who have been engaged in smaller income generation activities like petty trade and processing of food. Then in urban areas, not only in rural areas, even in urban areas, microfinance is very in demand. The microfinance activity is more diverse, and also includes services include service providers, shopkeepers, street vendors, and artisans too. Then microfinance helps the poor in these ways, like for increasing income and building a viable business, and reducing their vulnerability towards external shock. Yeah, external shock. It could be very powerful instrument for self empowerment, indeed, and enabling poor, especially the women, for becoming economic agent of the change. Then microfinance also plays a very important role in fighting against the poverty, the main problem of our country. So by providing access towards financial services. Then let's talk about self-help groups. These are the other institutions in rural areas. So initially, while formation of a self-help group, initially a local person who is helpful and reasonably educated needs to help the poor people in formation of the group, and he or she tells the poor people regarding the thrift and it advantages of forming a group. And the person who helps the people in forming the group is called the facilitator, or a animator. So the qualities of becoming a successful animator is uh, the person who can be a successful animator is a retired government servant or retired school teacher, which is well known in the locality. Then a field officer, health worker, or a state staff of development agency in the in the state government. Then staff member of fields officer from commercial banks and reasonable banks and cooperative banks too. Then field level functionary of NGOs. Then an educated unemployed local person who is inclination towards helping others can also be a successful animator. And a participant member of VVV, Vikas Voluntary Vahini program of NABARD. Then women animators could also play an effective role in organizing women SHGs. For women SHGs, a woman animator is more empowering for them, as they would understand women very nicely. So the functioning of SHGs is here. So the size of the SHGs can be around 10 to 20 members, because if more than that size will be very hard to manage. It will be difficult for members to participate actively and keep a track of everyone. And then a membership. Only one person could become member of SHGs, and more families could further join SHGs also. Then meetings. There should be a regular meeting to be conducted monthly, weekly. It should be regular. And then keeping accounts by SHGs. So the SHG should maintain a clear and simple books for all transactions, like the following books, like minute books, or whatever discussions are happening in the meetings, that book. Then savings and loan register, then weekly, fortnight, monthly register, then members passbooks, if the SHGs are taking money and making a savings for giving it to other people as a loan. Then farmers clubs. So this program was initially christened as Vikas Volunteer Vahini, and which was launched for propagating the following 5 principles related to development through credit. So I have mentioned only 3 over here. So the role and functions of farmer clubs are these are the grassroots level forums which are formed by the farmers and are informal, and their functioning is concerned. Then such club is organized by the rural bank branch with support, and also NABARD financial assistance is given for mutual benefits of the concerned banks, and also the village farming communities and rural people. And with the enhancement of this program, only the other agency like NGO and many other are included as agencies which help in promotion of and formation of farmers club. So farmer clubs is supported by NABARD for building capacity of farmers clubs members, which include training for leadership, then linking with technology and market, and also formation of SHGs and JLGs, then formation of federations of producer groups, and farmers clubs and companies. Then what are the benefits from the farmers clubs to the bank branches? So the benefits are, it increases the deposits in the banks, then increase the credit flow and diversity of lending. These clubs actually help in increasing the credit flow, then generation of new business avenues, then increase the recoveries and decline in the non-performing assets. In the club, there is a group of people, so they back the other people if someone is not going to not able to pay the interest or anything. Then a reduction in the transaction cost of financial institution banks and socio-economic development in the village, and it's a win-win situation for both banker and the borrower. So we come to the end of the second topic of chapter 4. So it's activity time. You have to form a group of 4 to 5 people and prepare a presentation with explaining the working of NGOs and the SHGs in your city. You have to search the NGOs, and obviously NGOs help in making this SHGs also. So you can get the contact from them and talk to them about how they made it and how do they do the meetings and what all registers they maintain, and you can do a more deep research on this. So thank you for attending this. I hope you do the activity and get good knowledge about it. Thank you.